Reza tells Denji she never cared. It was all an act. We don't buy it and he don't buy it. She taught him how to fight and to swim. So if those feelings are real, did they change the mission? Was she really trying to run away with him in the end? I'm Gyozagodfather. Today, we're building the case that her mission comes first, right until the very end. Stealing Denji's chainsaw heart. Let's get this out of the way. The feelings are real. Reza saying every time I touched you was a lie and the look on my face when I met you was practiced. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans?
Shenanigans!
She's doing the child sending the pet away trope. Go on, you dumb animal. Get out of here. I never loved you. Only it's inverted. She'll be the one returning to the wild. That's why she walks away right after she says it. So why do I call shenanigans on Reza?
Shenanigans!
Because she enters the phone booth with her mandate, get Denji's chainsaw heart. The plan is to take him by surprise. That's why her hand's over the pin in her neck. Reza's ready to pull it, but then looks up at him and starts laughing. Walking into a tiny phone booth ready to take on a badass killer and seeing this shaggy goofball, she's hunched over howling. She finds him funny for the situation she's in. Think about it. Her intel was something like, there's a chainsaw hybrid taking out a bunch of devils. He's immortal and extremely dangerous. Typhoon-kun confirms this later in the movie. So Reza's walking into this like she's up against Kishibe. She didn't plan on laughing so hard she started crying. Him being the guy is funny, but him being charming is spellbinding. He tries to cheer up Reza's tears with his magic trick, pick up a flower. She reacts like he's a sorcerer. Is this really magic? Like the daisy he hands her, she opens up with the first light of the new sun, showing Denji her blushing face for the first time. And this was all fake? No way. She caught the Doki Dokis. Reza caught Denji off guard on the beach telling him it was all an act, but he got her first in the phone booth. They recover from it, but neither one of them was faking it. So the feelings are real. What does that mean for how we should interpret Reza for the rest of the movie? Either they change their plans to steal his devil heart, or she uses them to try and get the job done. The crux of it is the cliffside scene. If the feelings made her abandon her mission, then Reza's run away with me, like I've argued before, is transformative love, asking Denji to become something new that the state doesn't own. It's an achingly hopeful idea for two kids trapped in a nightmare world. But if her feelings didn't change her mission, well, the best manipulators don't fake emotions, they use real ones. You can feel like you love someone and still manipulate them. It's toxic, but it's real. Once those Doki Dokis hit, Reza lost the upper hand. Surprise was always going to be the easiest way to get this done, and love is just the next best tool for the job. That's why we see Reza lean into the feelings after the phone booth, the touching, the blushing. She knows what she's doing. The more he's into it, the better. Her other option? Taking him by force, the hard way. And Reza doesn't really want to kill anyone she doesn't have to. Most of us criticize others when we see things we don't like about ourselves. Reza thinks it's weird she's never gone to school, so that's the angle she tries with Denji, dropping it in. Isn't it weird you don't go to school? Then backing off when Denji doesn't take the bait. Not because she's shy, because she's setting up a pattern. So when she finally says, run away with me, it doesn't come out of nowhere. It feels like the conclusion is something they've already been talking about. Your life is fucked, let's bail. She even escalates it from weird to bad. How they make you live is wrong. The only fix is leaving. This is the fatal flaw in her plan. Selling Denji on a normal life because it's what she wants. Since they're both state-owned weapons, she thinks it must be what he wants. But it isn't. Reza already figured out there might be someone else on Denji's mind. When he hesitates, she asks, do you hate me? He doesn't, of course. He likes her. But he explains that life just got good. He can't bail now. Reza didn't know any of that. Her read on his life comes from an information gap she has no reasonable way to close. There's no prying into the details of his life without inviting suspicion, or worse, being invited to meet his found family that would clock her instantly. While he's explaining his reasons, she's stewing in her failure, ignoring him. Not only did the easy way just collapse, she just confessed and got rejected by the boy she likes. These jumbled up feelings and teenage hormones are probably why she kisses him, and why his eyes stay open the whole time. Whatever hint of romance might be in there is drowned out by spite and confusion, a sudden, off-kilter move that says, I'm taking a piece of you no matter who you choose. Just killing him was always the cleaner option. Getting feelings involved always complicates things, and this plan only works if Reza can actually read Denji well enough to sell him a life he wants, and she can't. There's not enough time to figure out what he wants, and Denji doesn't have the language for his own feelings yet. He's barely able to process liking her and Makima at the same time. There's two ways to read this. Each hinges on what you think of Reza's response to Denji on the beach. She gave him the stay you stupid dog line and started walking away. She failed to kill Denji twice. And the second was a city-clearing spectacle that'll surely make for headlines and unhappy Russians. Her only option now is run. The constantly looking over her shoulder shtick till some miracle happens. And then the miracle happens right then and there. He says, what if we run away together? If Denji's with her, now she's got the orb, the crown jewel, the chainsaw devil heart. Everyone who's anyone wants it, and it's with her in the body of a boy who chose to run away with her after all of that. So, what does Reza do once they run? If she thinks it can save her skin or is more patriotically inclined than we know, she can tip off her people and get to go home the hero. I see this as a continuation of her attitude as discussed. I got feelings, but the job comes first. This time the job is saving her own skin. Big but, there's a lot of evidence in favor of the fuck the mission, let's bail for love argument. I'll let the flowers explain first. Denji originally gave Reza a white gerbera daisy. In Hanakotoba, Japanese language of the flowers, it means innocence and new beginnings. A motif for their relationship, its petals slowly falling out on the table before them, a visual reminder of their expiration date. Reza's got her I'm undercover now hat on and stops by the Devil's Victims Fund and donates. Another she's not that bad moment. They give her a flower like Denji, only she gets a red gerbera daisy. And that also has a meaning in Japanese flower language. Everlasting love. She ponders over the flower, symbolically twirling the possibility of everlasting love with Denji in her hand as she contemplates boarding the train and never seeing him again. Everyone's hurrying on and the conductor says last call. The train takes off and she's still standing there. She's choosing love. Asking Reza to run away was his confession. And he's not asking as some naive idiot who doesn't understand what she is. He knows she's a killer. He knows what she did. He just watched her tear Tokyo apart while kicking his ass across the city. And still, he's standing there offering her the dream. Let's go to school together. The evidence overwhelmingly points to the consensus. She was running back for love, and only love. It's the conclusion of the phone booth smile. It's a choice this time. Denji chooses her over Makima, and she chooses him over the mission. There's a great line from a wonderful movie called The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. A character is asked if he lied or not. He says,
"Oh, I have not told a lie, but I also have not told the truth."
A refugee soon learns there's a big difference between the two. That's Reza. She didn't tell the truth, why she's really there, but she also hasn't told a lie. She really does like him. I started writing this because of some really good comments that got me thinking about how else I could interpret Reza's actions in the arc. While I still love the way the movie hit me on the first few watches, I ended up finding this way more convincing than I thought I would. This hits differently because they choose love together, even though Makima ultimately prevents that choice from playing out. If you're still watching, that rules. Thank you. If you're digging this, consider supporting me on Patreon or channel memberships where you can get early access and exclusive videos every month. I'll see you next week.